Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Oscar-nominated film director, two-time National Award winner. I'm going to ask you two questions. First, on the poster outside I saw finally releasing 5th April. What's the story behind that? That's my first question. And the second question is if you could give all of us a little bit of an insight as to why this film.
Well, finally behind that, I think nobody could have articulated it better than you've just heard, Bhatt Saab. But we have struggled very hard against censorship. The problem in our country, unfortunately, is that before a screenwriter puts pen on paper, his first thought is not for his character, but is of the Film Censor Board. And this is the biggest tragedy that I think that, I mean, we talked about our founding fathers. I think they'd be turning in their graves right now if they knew that this is the condition of what Article 19 has been brought down to in our Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression and thought. And what are they trying to, what are they objecting to? They're objecting to the fact, and it is a very unfortunate fact, they're objecting to the fact that the armed forces of our country need to be protected by the Indian Film Censor Board. The world's largest standing army needs the Indian Film Censor Board as spokesperson for it because they are not able to tolerate the few mishaps that have happened under their watch, which unfortunately has dragged the spotlight away from a film which is about compassion, a film which is about empathy, a film which could not have been more gentle and tender in its critique of our institutions, whether it is the armed forces, or it's the government of India, or in fact it's anybody. We live in intolerant, troubled times. And both these words joined together are what has caused us to think 6 times before we say anything, for filmmakers to censor themselves before they make their films, for writers not to write things, and for journalists who are outspoken to be gunned down in broad daylight. This is the tragedy of our country today. And what finally really means is that I made my application to Film Censor Board on the 15th of July. Today we are sitting, 15th of July 2018 is when I made my application to the Indian Film Censor Board. Today we are sitting in March of 2019, and I still do not have a film censor certificate. The FCAT ordered the CBFC to give us a film censor certificate, but yet they still have had some problems. They found some technicality upon which they have objected and sent the file back to the FCAT. Now this is the 3rd time it's going back to FCAT. So it went from Censor Board to FCAT, FCAT back to Censor Board back to FCAT, now FCAT back to Censor Board when they ordered it, and now we are back from Censor Board to FCAT. I'm confusing myself, frankly, in this whole combination. I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's why there was a sigh of relief when we thought that we've got our certificate. You know, maybe we've preempted this whole thing. We shouldn't have really announced because we don't know, you know, till that piece of paper. And the irony of this is, of course, that I can run my film on YouTube today without anybody objecting. What do you say? What's your second question? Sorry.
I think the passion with which you've spoken obviously reflects the amount of time and effort that has gone into getting this even till here. And I hope, as I hope everybody does, that free speech and freedom of expression is not clamped down and this film gets to see the light of day finally, and you get that piece of paper in your hand.
You asked me why this film.
Yes,
okay. Well, the reason I made this film, it didn't actually occur to me till I actually had finished making it. I think the Kashmir issue, we are sitting on a tinderbox, as we know, with 2 nuclear armed nations facing each other, and Pulwama only showed us how fragile this alleged peace is. Kashmir issue is not going to be solved by the bureaucrats in either Kashmir nor the separatists. I beg your pardon, the bureaucrats in New Delhi nor the separatists in Kashmir. Nor is it going to be solved by the kids who are throwing stones and picking up guns and causing dastardly acts like Pulwama. They are too trapped in their own histories. They haven't had the opportunities and the choices that young people have in the rest of the country. The Kashmir issue will be solved by young people of today, the millennials, who are sitting in our schools and colleges and who are the first time they've gone for jobs, in their 20s, early 30s. Because these people are not carrying the traumas of partition, nor are they carrying the burdens and the prejudices of their parents' and grandparents' generation. These kids have, this is the biggest opportunity we have as a country today. They have relatively open minds, notwithstanding Arnab Goswami, who is poisonous, and his whole ilk is poisonous. But notwithstanding the 24/7 barrage we get on television today, these are people who have relatively open minds, who can, if provided a narrative of compassion and empathy, which is what my film tries to do, try and ask a very simple question. वहाँ पे कैसे रहते हैं? It's a very simple question. What are they like? What are Kashmiris like? And the fact that we have to sit in India and ask, what are Kashmiris like, as if we are asking about an alien from another planet, shows how little information and how much government propaganda and media wash has alienated the populations of this grand nation with one of its most troubled and fragile parts. One of the parts which is a minority and also is contiguous borders with two of the most hostile nations towards us today. The flawed government policies that have brought us to this point, which have led us to alienating this entire nation, where children of 20 years old put bombs in a car and drive it into a convoy of buses and massacre people. What have we brought them to? And the young people of today are the ones who can get up and ask the question, and I urge them, please go to Kashmir. Don't go to this Gulmarg and Pahalgam and do this boating and pony riding, but go into their villages. Speak to the people like I have. They are very warm, gracious, welcoming, and hospitable. And understand. If not that, just watch my film.
Thank you for that, Ashwin.